How we doing, guys? And it's finished. Arsenal 2, Luton 0. And I'll tell you something, I'm glad that is over with. Oh my word. Listen, at this point in the season, I suppose the most important thing is 3 points. Get them by any means necessary, move on, etc, etc. It was just such a flat performance. And I don't just mean flat on the pitch. I even mean in the crowd. It sounded like a library. It was horrendous. Even towards the end, as usual, everyone leaving. Empty seats everywhere. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, are we in a title race here? You know, it just baffles the life out of me. Listen, I've been going a very, very long time. I don't leave the ground early. Okay? I've sat and watched Arsenal get humiliated in some games. And I'm still there. And it's just baffling to me. Baffling. It's not even about, got to get back because of the school run tomorrow or anything. Because it's Easter holidays. Like, nah, man. Nah. But yeah, just the whole game itself was just flat. It was one of those games. There was a lot of changes. 5 changes, in fact. Very surprising from Mikel, especially with some of the personnel. I thought he would keep the back, in terms of the centre-backs the same, and he did with David Raya. Ben White, Zinchenko come in. So you're looking at that and you're saying, you know what, the back 5, that's solid. No issues at all. Thomas Partey comes in. Great. No issues with that. But Declan Rice comes out of the side. There's no Bukayo Saka. Martinelli's on the bench. Jesus is on the bench. And then you've got Emil Smith-Rowe playing. You've got Reece Nelson playing. You've got Trossard and Havertz up front. And, the one thing I'll say about Reece Nelson, for example, is that he never took his opportunity. It was just poor. His whole overall play was just poor. In the first half, I was sitting there and I'm watching it and I'm thinking, you do realise you can run forward. You can attack. Like everything was backwards. The difference between him and Saka is just massive. Like the drop in levels is just mammoth. But listen, we get the first goal. Really good goal from Martin Odegaard. Emil Smith-Rowe wins the ball high up, and Luton were playing himself into trouble all game. And then Havertz, brilliant ball across, and really good finish by Odegaard. And then the second one was an own goal. Smith-Rowe gets a cross in. Reece Nelson misses it, and it hits the Luton player and goes in. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, okay, 2-0, half time, cool. Let's see what we do second half. Goal difference for me could still be very crucial. Now, we're 8 clear of Liverpool at the moment. They're playing Sheffield United tomorrow. I'm not being disrespectful to Sheffield United or anything here, but I'm looking at that and thinking Liverpool are smacking 5 or 6 in this game. So that could nearly wipe out the goal difference. This is the kind of game where I wanted to see 4 or 5 goals. And I get it's difficult with the balance. And listen, Luton, considering all their injuries, man, you got to say fair play to them as well, because they don't ever give up. And there were moments in that second half where I'm watching it and I'm thinking they're going to score in a minute. Like, they never had no real clear-cut chances, but they were getting in dangerous areas and there were some dangerous moments that were causing us problems, and it was starting to worry me a little bit. Zinchenko was really sloppy. There was one moment in the second half where Smith-Rowe's got the ball and you're like, pass. And he's just holding on to it. And the Luton players just come in and took it off him. And I know people will say, oh, he's tired. It's his first start and everything else. Well, everybody's been screaming that he should start games, like big games. Like, that's one of the reasons why he's not. Like, Robbie Savage actually gave him man of the match. Like, listen, he didn't have the worst of performances, but he weren't man of the match. Come on, man. Like, it's just, yeah, look, listen, it's just me being overcritical, I suppose, in some respects with the performance. I'd love us to play, you know, amazing football like your West Ham game and Sheffield United, etc. You know, every single time, but it ain't going to happen, especially when you've made so many changes. And listen, at the end of the day, Mikel will look at it and say it's a job done because we've made the changes. Declan Rice only played about 15, 20 minutes. Thomas Partey, you know, got over 60 minutes under his belt. And yeah, we kept a clean sheet. And we've got some massive games coming up. The only flip side, and yeah, you're looking and thinking Saliba and Gabriel both playing 90 minutes again. Martin Odegaard playing 90 minutes again. So yeah, it swings and roundabouts really. At the end of the day, it's one of those. Mikel will be happy. I think quietly he won't be happy with some of the performances and maybe the intensity, because when you got players coming in that are wanting to prove themselves and show that they should be starting, you would expect the intensity levels to be quite high, especially for the first 60 odd minutes or so. Yeah, they will start to fade out and die down. We understand that. But for that first 60-minute period, it should be 100 miles an hour, wanting their first team place. But it wasn't to be. And yeah, listen, at the time of me recording this, Man City are still playing. They're 2-1 ahead. That Villa team is just mad when you look at it. Like, how's your luck? Man City very fortunate with the amount of players they've got missing. But they're winning at the moment. And then, like I said, Liverpool playing tomorrow against Sheffield United. That's going to be 3 points to Liverpool. Sorry, Sheffield United fans. I don't think there's even a Sheffield United fan that probably thinks they're going to win that game either. So, don't know why I'm apologising. But, yeah, listen, it's job done. That's all you can take from this one. We've got to, you know, regroup, go again. And then we've got a tough game away to Brighton at the weekend. That'll be a tough game, man. So, listen, we move. 3 points, 2-0 win, clean sheet, top of the league for 24 hours at least anyway. So, listen, that is it for the match reaction. If you're new around here, make sure you do hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.